Sorry, did I mess you up?
No, I'm just testing. I gotta do a test real quick.
I told you the two wrong people. Yeah. Messed you up.
Sounds working now. Okay.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody to the May 18th meeting of the Conestoga Valley Board of School Directors, and greetings to anyone watching online tonight. Would you please first join me in our pledge to the flag?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is our second meeting of the month where most official votes are taken, many of which are listed on the consent agenda, which includes routine items or items discussed at our last or previous work session. Our meetings observe all legal requirements and our district policies to the best of our ability and understanding. Our detailed agendas and related public documents are posted on the district website for public access. Can I have attendance, please, Mrs. Martin?
We have 8 school directors present tonight. Mrs. Kapka is absent. We do have a quorum in place.
Excellent. Before you is tonight's, have there been any changes to tonight's agenda?
No changes.
Awesome. So can I get a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? All right. So up first, we have board commendations. Congratulations to Leola student Carter Grove for recently placing 7th in the state in the U12 State Championship Bowling Competition. His career began with his involvement in the after-school bowling program that we have at Dutch Lanes. Carter has since continued to bowl in the Saturday Junior League at the bowling alley, and he's in 4th grade. He's bowling with kids that are in high school. I'm sure he could probably beat me any day at bowling. Congratulations to CV High School senior Amy Reyes Cortez, who was honored at the IU13's annual Partnership Appreciation Luncheon. Amy was one of 3 recipients of the Cheryl Ludwig Memorial Award, named in the honor of former IU13 job teacher Cheryl Ludwig. Amy was recognized for her efforts in the materials handling and logistics program at the CTTC in Brownstown. This award is in recognition of exceptional personal growth in the areas of job skills, achievement in the workplace, leadership qualities, and personal accountability and responsibility. Congratulations to the CV Envirothon teams for their performance at last month's County Envirothon competition at Lancaster County Park. The team of Shane Nash, Lillian Newman, Monica Afaga, Abby Cutrona, and Eliza Hess took first place at the forestry station, and the team of Deb Marwaha, Josiah Nault, Milanese Plaza, Daphne Breik, and Megan Harner placed 5th overall for total score. And there's a nice shot of them there in the woods at the park. Kudos to the artists who took part in GHMS's annual Sidewalk Chalk Contest. This year's theme was From Here to There. Kyra Bowman and Evelyn Staggers took home first place with their magic bus with Alien. That is impressive. Congratulations to senior Hannah Gensel, who won the Hershey Theater Apollo Award for Outstanding Featured Performer in a Play for her role as Miss Wilhelmina in The Curious Savage. There's a picture with her and director Mr. Whitman. Conestoga Valley Theater is proud to celebrate several students recognized during this year's Hershey Theater Apollo Awards. Sid Castagna, the Spirit of Theater Award for the Fall Play. Reagan Bradley, the Spirit of Theater Award for the Spring Musical. Natalie Raff, selected as a featured performer in the Apollo Awards opening number ceremony performance. We're incredibly proud of these students for their leadership, dedication, and passion for theater both on and off the stage. Congratulations on representing CV Theater so well. I even hid my dad's smile during that, so we'll leave that one alone. Up next, we have some retirees that we'd like to recognize tonight. Dr. Hartman.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Gensel. Good evening, everyone. Tonight's a special evening. We have a lot to celebrate this evening. We're going to start with our retiree recognition. A little bit later on, we have our Excellence in Educator Award. We're also introducing some newly hired staff this evening. So a lot going on. Before I introduce individually all of our retirees for this evening, just a couple comments. When I looked at the years of experience of the individuals that we're honoring tonight, there is 180 years of professional experience just at Conestoga Valley that we're recognizing this evening. Keep in mind, some of the individuals in this room may have been involved, may have taught prior to coming to CV. So that number could be a little higher than that, but just 180 years of expertise. So for all the new hires that are in the room that are going to be introduced soon, you could probably learn just a few things from the individuals we're about to talk to. So you might want to pick their brain as they're leaving here this evening. So if you don't mind, I'm going to ask Mr. Gensel and Mr. Eby to stand up and I'm going to one at a time introduce our retirees, give a few sentiments that their supervisors or building principals have shared about them, and then once I'm finished, you can come up and accept your plaque and your clock from Mr. Eby and Mr. Gensel. So we are not going to go in alphabetical order. We're going to actually go in order of years of experience at CV. So I first would like to introduce, with 19 years of service with the Conestoga Valley School District, Leanne Davies, who's an ESL teacher at Leola. We want to thank Leanne for her exceptional dedication to Leola Elementary, where her ability to develop deep, lasting connections has empowered students to build essential English language skills. Her impact will undoubtedly stay with her students forever as they carry those skills and memories throughout their lives. Thank you, Leanne. And next, we have, also with 19 years of experience, Zolma Gonzalez Wilson from the high school, from the science department. Zolma Gonzalez Wilson, also known to our high school staff as simply Z, has been a cornerstone of our science department for 19 years. Her unwavering passion for anatomy and physiology made learning meaningful and engaging for countless students. She also served as a guiding light for one of our most prominent clubs, Power. As an advisor, she ensured student voices were heard, fostering inclusion, confidence, and leadership. Her dedication has left a lasting impact on our school community as she enters retirement. Congratulations, Zolma. Next up, with 20 years at Conestoga Valley, Sheila Haynes. Sheila is currently in the role of an itinerant learning support teacher at the middle school. Sheila is an outstanding educator with a total of 31 years of dedicated service. Throughout her career at CV, Ms. Haynes has served as a special education teacher supporting students at the high school, Leola Elementary, and Huskin Middle School. Ms. Haynes began at CV in an IU classroom located at the high school at the time. She was instrumental in developing the emotional support program. She served as a trained facilitator dog handler and supported students' social and emotional well-being in impactful ways. Ms. Haynes is known for building strong, lasting connections with students and families. She has made a difference that extends far beyond the classroom. Many of her students are joining the field of education to follow in her footsteps. So congratulations, Sheila. Next, with 26 years at Conestoga Valley, we have our CVVA elementary coordinator, Dory Shetter. Dory. After 22 years of dedicated service at Leola Elementary School, Dory Shetter has spent the past 4 years as an elementary CVVVA coordinator for Conestoga Valley Virtual Academy, where she continued her unwavering commitment to students and families. She was a fierce advocate who individualized learning experiences, strengthened our processes and procedures, and guided the transition to our new elementary learning center. Dory leaves a lasting legacy that truly reflects our CVVA commitment, flexible, personalized, and connected for every learner she served. Congratulations, Dory. And next, we have Gina McCarty, reading specialist from the middle school. Gina has 31 years of service at Conestoga Valley. She started her career at Conestoga Valley in 1995 at Smoketown Elementary, where she taught in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade. For the past 14 years, Mrs. McCarty has been at the middle school in the classroom as a 7th grade ELA teacher, an RTII coordinator, and most recently in the reading specialist role. Throughout her 34 years of experience in education, Mrs. McCarty has consistently focused on literacy and on helping students develop a love of reading. Mrs. McCarty has been instrumental in developing the middle school's MTSS structure, interventions, and academic supports for students. Mrs. McCarty has also managed and directed the WCVM TV studio. So a lot of experience, will truly be missed, Gina. Congratulations. All right, next up we have middle school Spanish teacher with 32 years at Conestoga Valley, Esther Slode. Esther has been a Spanish teacher at GHMS for the past 32 years, also serving at the high school level. Senora Slode is a dedicated world language teacher who has inspired thousands of students to develop a love for language and culture. She has contributed to the curriculum development and ensured students get experience with real-world scenarios. Senora Slode also served as a middle school team leader and extended her impact as the district wellness coordinator. We thank her for her leadership, commitment, and lasting influence on students and colleagues, and we wish her well, her all the best in her next endeavors. Thank you, Esther. And certainly, last but not least, I'd like to introduce Melissa Hauk, middle school math teacher with 33 years experience. Right. We would like to recognize Melissa Hauk for her extensive experience and dedication to the middle school. Ms. Hauk has 35 and a half years of education, including 34 years at the middle school teaching 7th grade math. She is a dedicated educator who played a key role in curriculum development and served as a team leader, consistently demonstrating strong leadership and a deep commitment to supporting her colleagues in the math department. Beyond the classroom, she also coached CV's cheerleading team, further enriching the student experience. We thank her for her years of service, leadership, and lasting impact on students and staff, and we wish her all the best in her retirement. Congratulations, Melissa. And while we're getting a final picture, how about one last round of applause for all of our retirees?
I wanted to say briefly too, just on the behalf of the board, thank you for your service. It's funny, it's easy to measure the years you've been teaching, but it's impossible to measure the impact that you've had on our students. So thank you so much for your dedication to CV, and you will definitely be missed, but your impact will be felt for generations. So thank you on behalf of the board. Thank you. All right, superintendent's comments. You're still talking, Dan. You want to keep going?
I feel like I just gave a lot
Just
of
keep going.
comments.
You got it.
All right. Before I start with my formal comments where we're going to introduce some new staff members this evening, I do want to just take a moment and mention to the board and also to the public, we are obviously, if you've been paying attention to our school board meetings over the past few months, we are in the midst of budget season, and we're getting pretty close to crunch time here. As you know, our board did pass a preliminary budget last week, but that's not the end of the road. We still have quite a bit of deliberation and discussion to take place. If you're paying attention in the local media and in the news, it's a tough budget year for all school districts out there. So it's a unique year. There's a lot of challenges to a school budget in times like this. So I just wanted to make a comment. As we continue to go through the process, board members, public, other stakeholders, this is the time to ask questions. Please. We know, it's been a unique process this year, and we want, it's not on the agenda this evening. However, for board members, if you have clarifying questions that are going to help with our deliberations moving forward, please ask them tonight during board comments or other matters for board consideration, because that will just help us have a more positive, solution-focused deliberation at our next board meeting when we do have the budget as a discussion item. Keep in mind, just for the public, our timeline, our first June meeting, June 11th, is for discussion of the preliminary budget that's been proposed, and then the meeting after that, I believe on June 18th, is currently slated for final adoption. So just wanted to make those comments because there's a lot going on with school budgets this year beyond the boundaries of Conestoga Valley. You're hearing a lot, and we want our public and our board and our community to be informed of the process. With that said, I'm going to transition and move on to introducing some. We'll switch gears from recognizing and celebrating those who are moving on to the next phase of their lives and careers to those who are just getting their careers started here at CV. So first, I would like to introduce, and for those who I'm introducing, no need to come up front, but if you just want to stand and give a little wave while I'm talking about you, that would be great. So first up, I'd like to introduce Sean Becker. Sean is going to be our new music teacher at Smoketown Elementary. Sean recently earned his Bachelor's of Music and Music Education and a Bachelor's of Art in Biblical Studies from Lancaster Bible College. He was a student teacher this past semester right here in CV at Fritz Elementary, where he did an excellent job. So we are excited to bring him on officially as a new hire. So welcome, Sean. Next, we have Angie Rivera. Is Angie? There she is. Angie is going to be joining us right here in district office as our new administrative assistant to the CFOO and director of finance, helping out Adele and Matt in the office, and also serving as our front receptionist. Angie is an alumni of Conestoga Valley who is excited to be back with us. She has worked in various clerical and administrative roles over the past 12 years, including working for the County of Lancaster and working at various places in both the healthcare and legal field. So she brings a lot of great experience to us. So we're happy to have Angie. Welcome. Next, Joelle Osborne. Joe. Miss Osborne will be joining us as a new 5th grade teacher at Fritz Elementary. Joelle has her Bachelor's of Science in Elementary and Early Childhood Education from Penn State and a Master's of Education from Kutztown University. Since 2018, she has been a teacher with the School District of Lancaster, most recently as a 3rd and 4th grade teacher at Price Elementary School. Welcome. Next, we have Ashley Plaza, who's going to be an instructional support teacher at Brownstown Elementary. Ashley has been a reading support teacher in the School District of Lancaster since 2019. Prior to this, she was a kindergarten teacher in both SDOL and the Solanco School District. She began her teaching career in Albany, New York prior to moving to Pennsylvania. She has her bachelor's degree in early childhood education from the College of St. Rose in Albany, New York, and a master's in literacy from the University of Albany. And she has completed the literacy certification program at Millersville University. Welcome, Ashley. All right, next I'd like to introduce our new 8th grade science teacher at the middle school, Wesley Maloney. Wesley? If Wesley is a familiar face, that is because he has been already teaching science at the middle school for this year as a long-term substitute. So his face has become known around our district. Prior to coming to CV, he spent several years as a science teacher at Law Academia Partnership Charter School, and he has a secondary education degree from Millersville University, and we're happy to bring him on board permanently moving forward. So welcome, Wes. Well, welcome back, I should say. Next, we have Judy Avalon. Judy is going to be our new school psychologist at Leola. Judy earned her bachelor's degree in psychology from Keene University in New Jersey, has a master's of science in psychology and her educational specialist certificate in school psychology from Millersville University. She recently completed her school psychologist internship with the School District of Lancaster, and we were able to grab her right away from there out of that internship, and we're anxious to have her start. So welcome, Judy. All right, and finally, our last one of the evening, Jordan Hoffman. Jordan will be our new art teacher at Leola. Jordan recently graduated from Kutztown University with a degree in art education, and she recently completed her student teaching in the Boyertown Area School District and is happy to join us here at CV. So welcome, Jordan. We are super excited about all these new hires. Looks like Leola is getting almost a whole new staff here. A lot of them heading to Leola, but welcome, and we're anxious to see you this summer for induction and to get your career started with us.
Yeah.
I believe that concludes my report.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Hartman. Yeah, enjoy the new building there. That's like one of the best new elementary art rooms I've seen in a while, so enjoy that new art room, Jordan. Also, if anybody in the crowd would like to learn how to play a 5-gallon bucket with drumsticks, feel free to talk to Mr. Becker. He did an excellent job at Fritz with those kids. That was pretty cool. All right, next is board comments on district activities. Anybody have anything they want to share from district activities or anything else?
Yeah, Mr. President, I just wanted to say just a couple things. One, the attendance at the concert last Thursday was very well attended as always. The kids did a great job. I wanted to thank Mr. Stoltzfus for, going out there and doing the best for the kids. The second was the Fun Fest at Brownstown. Always well attended by the Brownstown community. It's always a great time, and the weather broke at the last minute. And I think we should continue to do things like that to bring community involvement in the district with the kids and stuff like that. And the only other one thing is want to say is I just want to segue off of what Dr. Harmon said earlier about the budget. I just again want to thank Adele for everything that she does. Mm-hmm. She is by far a rock star. And I just wanted to let her know that again in public. So thank you, Adele, as always.
I have your $20 for you.
That's it.
Not yet.
No, don't give them more than 20.
And that's it, Mr. President.
Any other comments?
I'd like to add something. It's sort of to your president's comments. I support a liberal arts education. That's all the extracurriculars. And we hear so much about the advantages of participating in team sports. And they're right. They learn time management. They learn cooperation. They learn leadership. But we have so many other teams and clubs that do the same thing. You mentioned an environmental team, and I think there were a couple others mentioned. And I think we need to give recognition that for the third of students that participate in sports, there are just as many, again, that participate in other kinds of teamwork that are just as important. And I don't know that they get as much recognition, but they certainly deserve it.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, and the Envirothon is quite a program for I can't remember exactly what ages participate in that, but I know that I often hear from the little kids that do that how much they love just getting to be a part of the Envirothon stuff. But to see the competition side and them winning is always cool to see. Because I don't think I could identify half the stuff that they do, that they learn about. It's pretty cool. Anybody else? Anything else going on in the district? And to your comment, Phil, I think one way to always check if we have enough parking is to attend the elementary concert at the high school. We do not. For those that have attended, we do not have enough parking for that event. It feels like you're going to a graduation just to hear a bunch of kids play, but it was awesome.
There's not money in the budget for a parking garage.
No, there's definitely not this year. All right. True, yep. Is there any correspondence this evening, Mrs. Martin?
There is not.
Okay, then we will move on to our Educator Award of Excellence. Dr. Hartman.
All right. A lot of talking this evening, so, but good talking, good, exciting things to share. So, Jeremy Kirshner has been selected as this spring's recipient of the Conestoga Valley Board of School Directors Educator Award of Excellence. Mr. Kirshner is a second grade teacher at Smoketown Elementary School. He was selected because he exemplifies the highest standards of his profession and of service to students. Mr. Kirshner was nominated by not just one, but several of his colleagues at Smoketown Elementary School. Although I will not read their entire nomination form that was submitted, because I'll be honest, it was one of the most detailed nominations I've ever reviewed and received, I do want to share a few highlights that I pulled out of the statements that have been made by his colleagues. And from my interactions with Jeremy over the last couple years, I think these exemplify his approach to his craft and his profession. So these are not my quotes. These are quotes from his colleagues who nominated him. So I'm just going to share a couple. First, his ability to lead with empathy, initiative, and a solutions-focused mindset make him a model of educational leadership and an invaluable asset to our district. Sounds like maybe you should go into administration, Jeremy. I added that. He willingly took a sabbatical to deepen his expertise in trauma-informed and social-emotional learning, an extraordinary step for an educator who is already so far into his career. I don't want to, that almost sounds like their nice way of saying you've been teaching for a long time. His classroom is a model of inclusive practice where he thoughtfully differentiates and creatively problem solves so that every student can participate as fully as possible. Like I said, I could go on and share more, but those are three quotes that I pulled that really, I think, exemplify Mr. Kirshner as a teacher. So in addition to these accolades, I know that Mr. Kirshner possesses a lot of natural intelligence, as evidenced by the fact that he is also a Baltimore Ravens and an Oriole fan. There aren't many of us on this side of the river, so that says something. All joking aside, I can't think of a more deserving recipient. Congratulations, Jeremy, on being this spring's recipient of the Educator Award for Excellence.
When is our next round for nominations for that? Can we have that reminder? Is it October,
Fall,
the fall?
yeah.
Okay. So just a quick note, have those next recommendations ready for the fall. It is an honor to be able to hand this award out, so congratulations, Jeremy. Up next is the first part of our meeting for public comments. Anything specific to the agenda that anybody would like to discuss? Okay. Any comments from CVEA tonight? Or any other employee groups? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't see your hand there. Actually, hit that again. Yep, there you go. You got it.
We just want to say, on behalf of the association, thank you to the community and to these directors for partnering with us to deliver a world-class education for our kids. And as we wrap up the school year, we hope we all can get some rest, and we're grateful for y'all deliberation every month. We also want to thank the administration for the respect and communication that we've built over the last couple years, and we just wanted to say thank you for that. So happy summer, and see y'all soon.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. You're right. We can clap that. Some paid crowd involvement tonight as well. That's great. Oh, can you state your name?
Sorry, Eugene Johnson.
Eugene Johnson.
High school.
Awesome. Thanks, Eugene.
Thank you.
You're right. I should have asked that first.
Yep.
I was just
Eugene-
so excited to hear what he had to say. Honestly, I get excited when somebody comes up with that much hair. I love it. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's good. If you got it, flaunt it.
He's just a little jealous, as you can see. So that's the problem.
That's all right. I bet you my haircuts are cheaper. All right. Comedy's hour over, people. We got business to do. Up next, we have the consent agenda, which is items A through N. Are there any questions for the consent agenda that the board would like to bring up? Can you
Second.
turn your mic on, Adette? I'm sorry, we didn't hear you.
Well, you know what I meant.
Yes.
Move we approve the consent agenda items A through N.
And second.
All right, I can't remember, do I need to do a roll call on that? All right, roll call vote, please. Brain fart. We'll throw one of those in tonight, too, might as well.
Mr. Eby. Aye. Mrs. Groff. Mr. Benigno.
Aye.
Dr. Martin.
Aye.
Mrs. Fisher.
Aye.
Ms. Gibler.
Aye.
Mr. Gensel.
Aye.
That was 8.
Aye.
Ms. Trowbridge, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
All right.
That was an 8-0 vote.
Perfect. Consent agenda approved. So for action discussion items tonight, we have 2. The first one is the review and approval of Raptor Technologies Agreement, which I'm sure sounds more exciting than it is.
So Dr. Mann couldn't be here this evening, so I'm pinch hitting for him. Raptor it's a technology. It's similar to what we currently use Navigate 360 for. It's a security tool that scans visitors' IDs when they come into a building, parents and volunteers, and does a quick background check on them. It also prints out our visitor badges. We've been having just through our assessment of our current tools we're using. Raptor is kind of the industry standard that's out there. Navigate 360 is a tool, is a company that we use for a lot of features. They help with some of our safety planning and so on. But when it comes to that front-facing tool, it hasn't been working as well with some of our other systems that it needs to sync with, like PowerSchool and things like that. We think Raptor is a good solution to that. So John Werner, our Director of Safety and Security, has been vetting different tools throughout the years. Raptor's one it's becoming pretty commonplace in many schools. This proposal is for us to next year pilot Raptor at the high school, because that's where we get the most traffic. At the high school, and we're gonna see our Navigate 360 contract out in other buildings. We can still manage it there, but we would like to pilot this, which is what this contract reflects at the high school moving forward, and then if that pilot goes well, adopt it in all of our buildings. So it is something that's been budgeted for. It's replacing another tool that we've been using. So just on here for. Is it on for approval tonight or just
It is for
discussion?
approval.
So, yeah.
Is this will be replacing something that's,
It's going to be
Use.
replacing Navigate 360 at the high school, or at least now we use that company for some other components too, but the component that scans visitors and gives us background checks.
This shows 2 school years, but it says effective May 1st.
Sure, yes, the first one, we want to implement it and get it up and running at the high school for the duration over the summer, so they can kind of get it down and get training and everything in it.
And then initial term 15 months. So three months of the 25-26 year, and then the 12 months of the other.
Correct.
Thank you.
Any other questions about Raptor Technologies? So I will
Not
take
as cool as it sounded.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Not everything has to do with dinosaurs. Can I have a motion to approve the Raptor Technologies agreement?
Motion to approve the Raptor Technologies agreement.
I second.
And can I get a roll call vote, please?
Mrs. Groff? Mr. Benigno?
Aye.
Dr. Martin? Mrs. Fisher?
Aye.
Ms. Trowbridge?
Aye.
Ms. Gibler?
Aye.
Mr. Gensel?
Aye.
Mr. Eby?
Aye.
All right. Raptor's approved. Up next, review and approval of first reading of district policies. And there's kind of a hodgepodge there from the 100s all the way to the 800s. Any questions about any of the policies that are there for this evening?
The board owes Dr. Hartman a thank you for spending time with me going over my 15 questions, so you didn't have to listen to it.
Thank you, Dr. Hartman,
Yes.
on behalf of the
So
board.
It's my job.
I will move
I have-
to approve the first reading.
Okay. Do you have a question?
I have a couple.
All right, we'll hold
I
on
have
to
a
that
cons-
approval.
I have a concern on 221, the dress code. I have heard some concerns at the middle school and at the high school level of dress that's, I don't know, from what I've heard, doesn't reflect this. So I don't know if the question is, we need a stronger enforcement of the dress code, or we need to add wording, if that's what the majority of the board would want to reflect those concerns. My suggestion would be maybe have some type of presentation or something at our retreat where we could talk to the middle school and high school administration to see what their thoughts are, to see if these concerns are legit or not. Because I've heard it from several different, it's not just one or two, and they all collaborate in one another. So I don't mind approving this first reading of this. I don't know if that will affect that. But I guess I just need some more information before I can be totally convinced that something like this is actually taking place.
It can always be hard when we don't know the specifics.
Correct.
Can I add one thing? We've gone over this dress code a number of times, and what it's always amounted to was if they won't enforce it, that's the staff, not just the administration, it doesn't matter. As I remember, one of the last ones we approved, we ended up going back and forth about the details when the high school brought it to us about how low a girl's scoop neck can go and so forth. And we finally ended up looking at the principal and saying, can you enforce this? And he said yes. And that's, as you said, what matters if it gets enforced. But we don't put it in policy.
Right.
It comes from the high school.
Regulation.
Yeah, and we could always have them review it with us and let us know if they feel it's being enforced or if they've gotten lax.
Yeah, I would, yeah.
So if we have a planned follow-up with just admin regs connected to this, just to get some more information on the translation down, and then from there, let them take.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
enforcement.
looking for like a complete 180 change of anything, like as far as a policy were to be, if we were to create a policy, I'm just, if we have something, like, we need to exemplify what we already have, and it doesn't seem, from what I'm hearing, that we're doing that. And
Gotcha.
if we could just get my concerns or whoever else concerns just from the people who run those buildings, then I would feel more better, and I could ask more in-depth questions at that time.
Sure.
So just to clarify, the specifics of this policy, this policy was just adopted by the board, I think, less than a year ago. The updates, the reason we're recommending an update is because there was a new law that was passed, the Crown Act.
Right. Correct.
Make sure, schools aren't discriminating students who wear certain headwear because of religious reasons or have certain hairstyles. So just, Sarah, but the only reason a policy is being recommended for update is now is because of that new act, that new piece of legislation. Mr. Gensel's point earlier, typically your school board policy for dress code is going to be fairly vague. It's not going to lay out everything you can and can't wear, just kind of the direction that should be getting. Our student handbooks are what should probably be more specific. So to my knowledge, I have not heard a lot of concerns from principals about, or I don't know if our principals are getting a lot of parent complaints or anything. I know dress code is always can be a contentious issue. Keep in mind, students do have rights to expression and so on. So unless it's a safety issue or impacting the education, we don't want to be too restrictive with a dress code, but there are specific areas that we're hearing. I agree with Mr. Benigno. I think that's probably a good conversation to have, and getting some feedback, I think, from our, especially middle school and high school administrators is probably a prudent thing to do.
Okay, thank you.
So we'll follow up on that one.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll impact what goes in school board policy, but maybe admin regs or maybe what goes in our handbooks, I think is, if it's about specific concerns, like I said, because the policy itself doesn't lay out the do's and don'ts.
Correct.
No, through admin reg.
Thank you.
Sure. Before we go back to the approval, any other questions on these policies anybody has? No? Idette, would you please make your motion again?
I already did.
Cool.
We
Then
can
we'll stand
have
on that.
questions after a motion.
Yeah, true.
That's okay.
Okay. Can I have a second for the approval?
Second.
All those in favor, actually, we'll do a roll call on that too. Why not?
Mr. Benigno?
Aye.
Dr. Martin? Aye. Mrs. Fisher?
Aye.
Ms. Trowbridge?
Aye.
Ms. Givler?
Aye.
Mr. Gensel?
Aye.
Mr. Eby?
Aye.
Mrs. Groff?
Aye.
I think I just like saying all those in favor tonight, and I'm not getting to do that very often. Then there's, for the information agenda, you have the Finance and Operations Report in front of you. Any questions on that this evening? Anything that caught anybody's eye they had a question about? And then we have the Curriculum and Instruction Report as well from April, if there's any questions about that caught anybody's eye. Any news on federal funds tonight?
I just wanted to give kudos to Dr. Kozer. We recently had a family engagement event, whereas, with our family engagement policy for Title I and for federal programs, we have to get stakeholder input on that. A lot of districts they just, at a parent night, they try and grab a couple parents and pull them into a room and, hey, can you give us some feedback on this? And it's really informal. We had Dr. Kozer, I don't know if you want to say anything about it, but she ran a really great session the other day where we had a lot of different parents and staff members here in the boardroom, and they just really engaged in really good, deep conversation about our federal programs, policies, and you don't see that happening too many places. So just wanted to shout out to her and her team for that as it relates to federal programs.
Yeah, thank you. We had a great session with the families, just absolutely phenomenal feedback, insight that you'll get from our side of the table and the work. And so the families are able to really provide input. What they liked the most was, if you noticed in the Buckskin Blast, we've been sending out our family survey. And so the parents actually have to analyze the survey data for their building and for their school. So they have live feedback right there from a wider representation of parents. It was just really quality conversation with a couple people who are interested in maybe engaging with our state level family engagement and parent advisory committee as well, which would be awesome to have a rep from Conestoga Valley on that committee. So it's always one of my favorite things of the entire school year, and this group certainly did not disappoint. It was fantastic.
That's awesome. I heard from one parent who just happened to say it was her first time participating, and she's like, man, that was an eye-opening experience, just super cool. And I participated in that once as well, and it is just a kind of collaboration on a different level. It's pretty cool. So if any parents are listening to this and you want to be involved in that, reach out to Dr. Kozer. The IU13 reports, anything interesting there?
I don't think so. I have a whole list of legislation that's coming out of this or that education committee, but until it's passed, I think it's interesting in the passing. I don't think there's anything special on there.
Okay.
Can I move on to?
Yeah, you can take it.
I'm sorry, that's the PSBA report. The
Oh.
IU13 has not met yet.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm sorry, I jumped down. And the Lancaster County Academy, basically, we have 5 or 6 of our students graduating Lancaster County Academy. I often say for every student that we graduate, we help 15 kids, because those people will make sure their kids graduate high school. which could be so important. You're also invited to their graduation at Crossroads Church in Mount Joy. Found out the hard way, I apologize, Mrs. Trowbridge. There are several Crossroads churches in Lancaster County, and we'd like you at the right one. But it's usually a great graduation. The speakers are voluntary, and there's students that have a strong message to give.
That's awesome. Anything from the CTC, Lancaster CTC?
Yeah, the only thing is, next week on the 26th is the certificate and awards ceremonies. So each campus has their own ceremonies that take place. So it's kind of like the graduation, basically, for the CTC students.
Very cool. I don't think there's any updates on the construction side. Yeah, Leola's.
Question.
Yeah, sure.
We were talking the other day, I just want to be clear. The grads from the CTC and any other school, they're walking with our grads in our graduation, or is it a personal thing if they want to or not?
They're invited to. Most choose to. Some don't, but yes, yeah. Yeah, that's why the CTC calls it like this. It's not called a graduation because technically they're receiving their diploma from the district.
Okay. My issue with that is they get a CV diploma, and be it the CTC or the IU or the academy, their names should be listed in the program. They're often not. And it's probably already printed, so it's too late if they skipped it again.
I think they are if they request to be
Are they?
in.
Yeah, even if they don't come,
Yeah.
they graduate, they're getting a diploma. Don't we have a fall graduate? I'm sorry, a undergraduate from CV? If I'm correct. And if they graduate early but don't, come commencement, everyone should be recognized.
Katie's saying they're all in there, so,
They're included.
Cool.
Unless they choose not to, and that's their choice, but they are.
Yeah, they're not marked, but they used to have the CTC graduates stand up. And I think they're all important. The IU kids, we have had IU kids that came. And I think it's important to recognize that they're getting a CV diploma, even if they came through an alternate school for us.
yeah.
We paid for them and we printed the diploma.
I don't think there was any construction team update. At this point, Leola is being moved into, I think, shortly. We did the tour, and then we already had the Leola Back to School Night, which generated a lot of excitement, was really well attended. I think we mentioned that at the last meeting anyway. So we're just kind of getting ready for the Fritz to Smoketown switch, which I'm sure there are probably not too many people excited about that necessarily, but that's okay. We'll get Fritz renovated too, which is great. Are there any other reports this evening? If not, will be the second part in the meeting where we can have the public address the board for any issue at all. Any boards, initiatives, announcements, or like Dr. Hartman had mentioned, if there's any questions about budget we want to get out now in preparation for deliberation next month, we can always do that as well.
I have a question about something we received in the mail from the board secretary. We're moving over to a new platform for our agenda. And you sent us an email that had all these virtual dates in it. Is that for us or is that for you?
Most of that is for me.
I thought
That
so.
was more of a FYI. There is not, my understanding is there is not any formal training
For us.
for you. Yes.
What the heck?
You're welcome to join that other, but it's very technical. It's the ins
Right.
and outs of managing the whole platform. When you have a login to get in, there will be PDFs and videos that you can watch also to help you navigate your way.
You can be sure I'll need it.
I'm needing it a lot too.
Does it seem as simple and straightforward getting in as Board Docs has been, or don't you know yet?
Getting in?
For us to get in, just,
For you to get in, it's going to be single sign-on, so it's.
I'm sorry.
It's single sign-on, so it's easier to get in. Like, literally, there's for me, and it'll be for you, on the main page that says Microsoft. You hit that Microsoft and you're in, because of the way the single sign-on is configured. So,
we'll get it.
I have your sign-ons. I'm not ready to roll it out yet, because if you ask me questions, I'm not ready to answer.
I was just concerned about those virtual learnings. I didn't think it sounded like it was us, because they
Right.
talked about working with the platform, and I figured that meant
Yeah.
developing it.
That is,
Yeah.
Thank you.
that is correct.
Have fun.
When is that changeover? Again?
July 1st.
Okay.
Yeah, June 30th, Board Docs is going away. So, I'm working on building templates. I have to build a template for the work session agenda and a template for the regular meeting agenda. And then once the template is built, then I start building the agendas. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, Marilyn and I talked about it a little bit. Just 2 weeks ago, I think last week she was kind of filling me in on that. It does seem like the way it separates things should be a little bit more intuitive for us than Board Docs has been. For those that have been on the board for a while, we remember when Board Docs switched something in the middle of it and it screwed up the way the whole thing looked, and sometimes it still goes weird. Actually, mine already logged me out again, so I'm hoping those issues go away with Keystone, because that would be great. But either way, we'll do our best to make sure the board is prepared and knows how to navigate that. It's very little time. We only have June, but luckily we only have one meeting in July to look at it, and then we'll be ready for August. So either way, we're good. Any other questions, comments for board's initiative announcements?
Yes. I'm looking at a very big planter. I thought maybe it went with the teacher excellence thing. Is there?
Decor.
Just decor?
That was used for distinguished alumni to hide the front of the ugly podium that we had.
Okay.
So it's a podium hider that got moved to.
And I just put it up there for decor.
Well, I was wondering how the teacher was going to carry that home.
Bring Jeremy back in here. He forgot his prize. We're kidding. That's not his. That's just decor edit. Any other questions, comments for now? Okay.
On the budget discussion, Adele, you sent an email earlier today with the 25-26 projection. It was, you have the actuals in that Excel attachment.
Oh, yeah.
It's got the actuals and then the 25-26 projections. How close are we with actual versus budget?
For 25, 26?
Yeah.
I think with revenues, we're going to be pretty close. I think I might be able to increase our revenues slightly, not a whole lot. The expenditures, that's always difficult. I mean, salaries and benefits, I can nail down fairly well. Some of the challenges that we have are some costs that we're actually not invoiced for until well after the school year that we have to include in. Those are mostly tuitions for regular or special ed education placements. So I keep reviewing those very closely.
And I was trying to remember, what was the projected deficit?
The projected deficit was about, I think it was about 1.3 million, but we only budgeted 750, half of the Ready to Learn adequacy supplement. We got the full amount, so that would have reduced the deficit, but we're having overruns in some of our costs this year, specifically with Paris PCAs and other special education costs, and utilities, unfortunately. So I'll be adjusting those numbers prior to next month's meeting.
Yeah. Thanks, Adele. I was looking at you when I said that. I thanked you for what she said, because I'm looking at you to see her. Anyway.
I get it.
Dates for June. June 8th, June 15th are the two meetings, but keep in mind we have our board retreat on June 22nd. So we'll be talking about board retreat topics, like maybe dress code, that kind of stuff. That's coming up next month. So keep that in mind if you have something that you're interested in that you'd like to discuss, or something you'd like to revisit, whatever. We're always open to those ideas as well. That way Dan doesn't have to come up with all of it on his own. Other than that, let me check here real quick. Hang on, I gotta log back in.
We do have executive session,
What are we doing in that?
student discipline matter and personnel staffing
Okay.
proposal.
I'll take a motion to move to executive session for a student discipline matter and a personnel matter.
So moved.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Meeting adjourned. Thank you all for coming.
You can't say personnel matter.
Not personal, but